children, what's that sound? What's that sound? What's that Something happened here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me what not to beware. This time nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Listen, listen, listen. Changing the arrangement a little bit. So this next song is was written after I'd been in Fleetwood Mac for about a year and a half. And before I was in Fleetwood Mac, I was super poor, living in Los Angeles with Lindsay. And I kind of was running that show because Lindsay couldn't really get a job, because what would you do? So it was fine. I didn't mind because he was at home with my friend Waddy and some other really talented, amazing musicians. And so I was a waitress and a cleaning lady and a waitress and a waitress. And it was okay because it got me out of the dark, dank house with all these guys for a little while every day. And I was able to support us, me, Lindsay, and our friend Richard, who was an engineer. So, this was a good time in my life when I remember it now. Not so much at the point when it was happening. I think that stories sometimes are much more fun to tell later than they were to actually live. But this particular story leads up to the fact that we were so poor. Our car, my Toyota, had no reverse. We could only go forward. That's how I looked at it. It's very positive. Forward, not backward. So anyway, we were working along and we released our record, Buckingham Nicks. I know, everybody thinks it was great, but the fact is, nobody knew about it. And I was still a waitress, and cleaning lady. So it really wasn't affecting me, and even though we all thought that we made the best record possible, it wasn't really like, buying us all a new house. So we kind of moved on. We were making what we call a speculation album, which sounds weird, but it's a spec album. That means you get to go into a studio if you have friends that own a studio and there's nobody in the studio, then they let you come in. So that's what we were doing. We were making another Buckingham Nicks album. So anyway, one day, we got home, me and Lindsay, and we got a call from our producer, Keith Olsen, and he said, well, this guy called, he's from an English band, and they need a guitar player because their guitar player is kind of jazzy and wants to move on. And I'm like, so, and he says, well, so he's gonna call you tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, and I said, is there anything you want to tell me about this? And he goes, well, they already have a girl. Boo. And I'm like, okay, well, tell him to call. And I'll be here to be standing right by this phone to answer this phone call. So, as you can see, I was incredibly snappy in those days. Still a little now, but more now. So, anyway, I said to Lindsay, who was probably laying on the floor playing the guitar. That's what guitar players do. They lay on the floor and just play guitar. And I said, Lindsay, get up. We are going to Tower Records to buy every Fleetwood Mac record ever made. know we can't afford it, but we're gonna afford it somehow. So I have a little nest egg, I'm getting it out. We're gonna go and we're gonna listen to every single record back to front and see what this band is all about. And he's like, okay. So we go up and down every single thing. And in the place we love the most, Tower Records, which is no longer there. And so we're looking, and they've made a lot of records, this band, so we're like, oh. So we get them, we carry them all home, and we sit on the floor, and we listen to all these records. And I said, I think we can add something to this band. And Lindsay said, I don't really want to be a blues guitar player. And I said, I don't really want to be a cleaning lady and a waitress in the car with no